Hi, ladies. I wanted to come in here to continue the conversation I started last night with a story. I posted a video, which was a cartoon actually, that had a very, very, very deep message. Now, if you clicked on the cartoon and it took you to the caption had nothing to do with it. I didn't feel, but okay. But the cartoon was great. And the reason I shared it is because I think we need to talk about this. We need to talk about the pressure that is on to women and men to look in a certain way. I think we need to talk about the pressure that we have to be aesthetically pleasing, but how everybody's kind of forgetting the inner beauty part and how much more important that is. So I want to just break this down in this in the conversation. So in the video, if you haven't watched it, it's the cartoon shows this woman that is basically presented with different images of what we think is beautiful, and to look like that image, she goes and alters herself. So whether it's breast implants or lips fillers or cheekbones lifting or eye opening eyes, whatever, like she does it all, and you can see this transformation as she goes, because she changes something and then the beauty standards change, so she wants to keep up with that, and by the end this figure falls apart, and then the image on the billboard goes back to this simple fresh girl next door looking, as in that's the beauty. And I thought, wow, what a really impactful cartoon that was, because we are bombarded by what is defined as beautiful and what we should look like if we want to feel and look beautiful. So we are told that we have to be a certain size, that we have to look in a certain way, that we have to have a certain hair, that we have to have a certain breast cup, and we have to butt fillers. I mean, you name it. Like, if you are on social media and you see what beautiful girls look like, or push beauty, it can make you feel overwhelmed. I'm like, sometimes I'm looking and I'm like, well, this is the body I have, and I'm quite honestly not really willing to go and alter anything. So what does that mean? That I'm just gonna be like not beautiful enough? And I actually really feel like, yeah, that's actually the case. Not that I don't feel beautiful enough. I accept myself as I am. I can't do anything about it. So all I can do about it is looking after myself, making sure I eat a good diet and I exercise so that I maintain a good weight, that I'm healthy, I sleep, that I have a good skin. But this comes with really looking after myself holistically. And I just appreciate what I look like because I can't do anything about it. But if I go out there, when I see how men interact with women, I can see that I probably don't fit in that beauty standard. Like, beauty standard is like, I don't hair extensions and big boobs and whatever. And yeah, that's just not me. And so sometimes you can feel really like, wow, I'm not good enough. And it takes a lot of work on inner love and acceptance to actually know you are perfect, not good enough, you're perfect. And that perfection comes with working on yourself. So first of all, your self-esteem should come with working on improving yourself as a person. So who you want to be, and what does that mean, right? Like working on the trauma, working on the relationships, and working on your on your goals in life, and really achieving things that are valuable for you and others, having an impact. I mean, all these things add up. And I think once you have that and you feel really good about what you're doing, it shows. Being happy. So if you are in an unhappy relationship or relationships, those need to change. You have to have the courage to step away from them, because ultimately they consume us and they do age us and they make us feel horrible, and we deserve better. So, and I had to do that. I had to do that with my marriage. I had to call it quits, because I didn't feel happy. And I also noticed that my ex-husband didn't want to do the work. He didn't want to, you know, he was saying he would just brush it off with like, oh well, with just different vibrations. And I'm like, you, like, really, there's work to do here. And it's not just, it's not as simple as just energy. But when someone, you try and someone dismisses all the time, then you kind of have to be realistic, right? And although it hurts to make that decision, I actually feel lighter for making that decision, because that environment and feeling unheard was consuming me, and I looked tired and I looked not myself, and I hadn't laughed in years, deeply from like the pit of my stomach. And I will talk about it more in my podcast, especially the new one that I'm creating. But ultimately, I had to make a choice. And even, in my family, like if someone just upsets you all the time and brings up horrible emotions and not willing to really work on it, then you have to do something about it, right? And although you can love someone and you send them love all the time, that doesn't mean you have to have a relationship. Like, you have to create an environment where you feel you can be yourself, where you feel you can contribute to something bigger than yourself, where you have to be authentic. And so that's really important. And that really taps into that inner beauty. Like, if you are this person that is authentic and attuned to yourself, everything kind of falls into place. Like, we have this capability of really being visual, like, or manifesting what's going on inside on the outside. And I feel that's the most beautiful thing. I give you a perfect example. I was sitting in a coffee shop with Marley, and there was this man sitting 2 tables away, and or even 1 table away, and he, on paper, he looked handsome, like perfect body, beautiful face, really handsome. And of course, you can't see the character or person. He was just drinking his coffee. But Marley pushed a little bit and went under his feet, and he just kicked her, and then wasn't very nice to her. And of course, he might not like dogs, and that's okay. But he wasn't kind about it. So I took it and I said, "I'm so sorry." And he didn't say, "Oh, it's fine." He was just like dismissive. And then the waitress went there and asked him if he needed something else, and he was really, really rude to her. And I'm just like, this person that 1 minute ago looked absolutely handsome on paper, he was, to me right now, the ugliest person. Like, his looks went away in a minute. So you can see when that energy shines through, like, it can change the way that you see a person. Like, even his physiognomy, like, just changed. I was like, wow, this is insane. Like, this person is just ugly. And it was really interesting, right? And we all have that. Like, you can be the most beautiful person in the room as you enter, and then your movements, your words, the way that you speak to people, your energy will completely transform that. And you can be even more beautiful, or you can become as ugly as anything. It's like, it's magic, right? But those are the this is why, actually, even when people try to, like, do online dating, you can't base it on what's online, because unfortunately what you see online is, it's lacking that energy, is lacking the movement and the really the essence of a person. You cannot see that. Yeah, sure, you on a picture you could see like kind eyes, and you can see a beauty, but you really need that interaction to see if the energy is there, because otherwise it's just impossible. So I thought that was really interesting. But really working, and a message to really work on the inner beauty, on really creating that flow, with yourself, so that others can tap into that. And it's magic. I really feel it is. So I hope this actually really can start a conversation here, about what we see online. And social media is a perfect example of that pressure that never ends. Please do not feel less of, okay? Don't look at others and think, oh my God, I need to look like that. And to look like that, you need to alter anything. Try to stay focused. Now, if you have to have a nose job because, maybe you're not breathing well, and you need something that helps you with your health, that's a different story. Like, I have friends that had to have breast reductions because their back was really sore. Like, without it, they would be in trouble. So I'm not dissing the validity of resorting to surgery for certain things, but there is a difference between needing to do surgery for health, and even sometimes self-esteem can really come from that. But that continuous alterations of what we look like, to look like the Kardashians, to look like whoever, whatever out there, like, let's stop that. be you, be you, and embrace how you look, how you are. Work on yourself so that that version of yourself, you cannot create that beauty with any tools, right? Like that's the beauty of it. So let's talk about it in the comments below, and share what you find beautiful about yourself. I want to know, what is the most beautiful thing about you?